Hey guys, so I'm back again for another video. Trying to get my lighting adjusted, but it's not working too well. Hopefully you guys can somewhat see. I have half of my face done already, and this one obviously has nothing on it. I just put my moisturizer on it, which is just the Pond's just cheap little moisturizer. So I'm going to do a first impressions makeup tutorial doing a smoky eye. So hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing and kind of see the colors and everything. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Younique It's very silky feeling, not really heavy. So, and hopefully this video will not be nearly as long as my last one. I'm going to try to hurry as much as I can. So while I have this sitting, you really want to let your primer kind of sink into your skin before you just throw your foundation on. Otherwise it kind of slips around, or at least it does on my face. I'm going to take my tape, since I am doing a slight wing liner, and I cannot do it without my tape. So if anybody has any tips for me, I'd be glad to hear them. Just looking down, I'm going to place this following the curve of my eye, so you can see. Might need to put it just a little bit higher, since this eye kind of like slants down a little bit more than my other eye. So it's a job. Alright, now that I have that on there, and I'm just using regular little Scotch tape, I'm going to use the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. This is just the original one. I really like this stuff. I used it in my first video, and that was the first time I used it, so I really enjoy it. Very long lasting.
Miss, put it up, Mommy.
Okay, baby, I'll clean it up. Just rub that all over the lid, all the way up to your brow bone. Okay. And then I'm just going to take the Rimmel Stay Matte powder, kind of see it right there, just to set just a little bit so it'll be easier to blend. Now the Younique foundation that I'm going to be using and the primer are both the first impressions, because I've never used either one of them. I'm not a promoter, seller, anything like that. I'm just trying it out. So now that I've got my eye set, I'm going to take my Starlooks crease blending brush. I really love this brush for blending out eyeshadow, but it sheds so bad, which, I mean, it's really not a huge deal, but it kind of sucks. So I'm just taking this directly into the crease. I'm not bringing it up, taking it down, anything like that. I'm just taking it directly in my crease, blending it back and forth. Oh, also, I'm using the Urban Decay Smoke palette. This is also first impressions for this video, and the color that I just used is Freestyle. It's basically just like a cream khaki color, basically. maybe like a few shades darker than my skin tone, because I'm really not trying to do anything too drastic or cut a crease or anything like that. Then I'm going to take my NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk. And this is just going to brighten the inner corner. You don't want to add too much. See, there's hair on my face. You don't want to add too much because you're just going to basically blend it into your skin a little bit. But it just adds that brightness when you're using a lighter color. I'm just going to take my finger, blend it a little bit. And I'm not taking it to the outer corner since we're going to be using a darker shadow there. But you could use it as a base if you wanted to. Then I'm going to take my Real Techniques brush and I'm going to take the shade Kinky. This is a very light cream color shade. And I'm just placing that right on top of that milk. And a little bit more into the center of the lid. So far, I really like these shadows. They are really pigmented. I think Kinky is probably the one that's the least amount of pigmented, but it's a very light color anyway, so with a lot of palettes that I've tried or eyeshadows that I've tried, it's normally the lighter colors that are less pigmented. So I'm just blending that back and forth. Then I'm going to take this is from Eco Tools. You can kind of see how it's like tapered a little bit. This is perfect for doing your outer V because it can really get in there without putting the product like everywhere. And I'm going to take the shade Backdoor. As you can see, kind of see, it's a very brown. Can you see it like that? Yeah, there you go. Very brown shade. It does look like it has a little bit of glitter, but then once you kind of dip into it, it kind of looks like the glitter is just an overlay. So that's what I'm hoping. And with this one, I'm literally just keeping it on the outer V. You don't want to drag it in for like too far or anything like that. You're going to take your crease brush and kind of blend it towards the center anyways. So just placing it directly in the crease like that. And when you're doing this, it might look a little scary at first when you're trying to do like a smoky eye, but just remember to kind of like not put too much product at one time because it's so much easier to add product than it is to take away product. So I'm kind of layering it on a little heavy on the outer corner because I don't want to really place too much product into the crease since we are going to be blending it. So once I've done that, then I'm going to take Blackout, which is obviously a black. That one also has kind of a little bit of a glitter overlay. And this one, I'm basically just doing like a little dot right here. I'm going to add just a little bit more like that because that brown shade, the Backdoor shade, is like very pigmented. So you really don't even need the black, but I'm just doing it just cause. Then I'm going to take that Starlux brush again and really blend. When you blend it, don't go more than halfway because you really want to keep that inner corner nice and bright to really open up your eyes. So just blending it back and forth. And you already have that freestyle color, so it's really going to help making it easier to blend. So if you can kind of see, my inner corner is still light. We've got this on the outer portion. So once you've blended, you can go back into Backdoor or whatever shade you want to use. And I'm going to add just a little bit more because if you can see on this eye how I kind of brought it up, I'm going to add just a little bit more there. Again, do not bring it in too far since we are going to be blending like that. And this time I'm going to blend it back a little bit. Got hair on me again. Just blending, blending, blending. Even when you think you're done blending, just blend some more. Okay. It does have some fallout, which is why I always do my eyes first in case anything has fallout. So now that I've basically got that one, I think I'm going to add just a little bit more of back door. Just a little bit. Yeah, there we go. And blend one more time. Like I said, even when you think you're blending, you're not. Just blend some more. And then I'm going to go back in with Kinky just a little bit, because sometimes, like with fallout and everything, it'll darken up the inner corner, and I'm not really going for that look right now. So alright, and then I'm going to take my NYC liquid eyeliner. This stuff is the bomb. If you can tell on this eye, like the slightest little bit, I kind of messed up, but I took Kinky with a very flat brush and just kept stroking it back and forth. Yeah, stroking it. So you want to get all the excess product off, because you want to really be in control. I always start halfway, the closest to my lash line as possible, and then you can just build it up from there. And then take it in to the inner. I was really trying to do a thin liner look since the eye is so smoky. I really didn't want to be like too dramatic. And I'm sorry if I'm not talking. It's like, if anybody does wing liner, you know it's kind of hard to talk while you're doing it. Get just a little bit more product. My son's sitting over here on the floor, so if I look over or something, that's because he's sitting over there watching me. So I'm really just doing like a very tiny wing. Yeah, alright. Wing is done. You can kind of tell because my lighting is like poo right now. So once you have that done, you can just take your tape off. Gently, slowly. Alright. So primer has set, really. Feels really nice and soft. Then I'm going to be taking the foundation, the Younique foundation. Again, just a little sample that I got. This is in the shade Chiffon. It's probably like a shade or two darker than what I needed, but I'm just trying it out anyway, so. I tried it earlier on the left side of my face with my beauty blender, so you can kind of tell it's like really yellow. And I did not like the way that it applied, so I took my Morphe G6 from the Gunmetal collection. I'll show you in just a second. And it applied a lot better using that brush. Okay. So this is the brush that I'm talking about. It's just a flat kabuki brush, G6. I've only tried the brushes out of the gunmetal collection from Morphe, but I really, really like them. They're like really good quality. I haven't tried any of the other ones, so if you guys have ones that you really, really like, just let me know. Maybe I can ask for it for Christmas. And I'm like obsessed with makeup brushes, tools, application tools, whatever you want to call it. So I'm really just buffing this into my skin. You don't want to use too much pressure, but I really want to make sure that it kind of like gets in there. And please bring it down your neck. Even if it's the same color as your skin, bring it down your neck. Okay. It doesn't, you know, this foundation does not feel heavy whatsoever. It's pretty nice. It's not my favorite foundation. I mean, obviously I don't know how long lasting it is yet. I'll keep you guys updated, but it's pretty nice. Now I'm just taking the Becca under eye corrector. You can't really see it on camera, but it does have like a pink tinge to it. It is kind of thick, slightly tacky, I want to say, but it works really good. I have really bad under eye circles, so it works pretty good. This is the packaging. You can somewhat see it. Has like a pink lid to it. It works really good though. I would recommend trying it if you guys have dark under eye circles like me. Then I'm taking my LA Girl Pro Concealer. This is in the shade Classic Ivory. And it actually has like a pink tinge to it also. I wasn't expecting that when I got it, but it does. What's the matter, bud? What's the matter? And I did just overlay both of them just because I find it's easier that way. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm just taking a damp beauty blender and I'm going to blend that out. Just dab or tap it into your skin. You don't want to dry it, so it'll really help with the creasing. Because I have bad creasing under my under eyes, so. And I do bring it far down into a V shape because it really helps it blend and makes it look a bit more natural and also highlights the top of the cheekbones better. What, baby? Can you get brother's bottle, Ava? Ava. Right after you do the concealer, you really want to go ahead and set it. So I'm taking that Rimmel Stay Matte powder. And this is just a no name brand brush, but I love the dome shape of it and the pointed edge. So I'm going to go like this first. Bring it down. You don't really need too much powder. And then I'm going to take it in right there. Because that's where my creasing would be, like right there. So. And with this foundation, I want to say I'm going to set it, but I'm really using like the lightest bit of powder just to help my contour and my blush blend, I can't even talk, blend better. So just the lightest amount. Alright, then I'm gonna take, this is the Urban Decay Naked Flush palette that my wonderful friend sent me. And this is also first impression of this because I haven't used it yet. It just looks so pretty that I really did not want to use it, but I'm gonna use it. That's what it's for. When you're doing your contour, make sure that you bring it from the top of your ear down, and you really don't want to go more than halfway. So I'm just doing that back and forth. Don't blend down, just blend it back and forth. And this palette is really like more like a bronzer. I'm sorry if I'm talking too loud, but it's really more like a bronzer because it's warm tone. But with a contour shade, you really want to try to use a cool tone so it creates more of that natural shadow that you're looking for. So now that I got that placed in there, I'm taking another Real Techniques brush and I'm just gonna blend it because like I said, I'm not going through for anything dramatic. There you go. Spit it out. So just blending it back and forth, just like that. Then I'm going to take, this is Coastal Scents blush brush. And I'm going to take the blush in this palette. This blush is like really pigmented. It doesn't come off like that on camera, but it's very pigmented. So you just use a light hand and you can kind of tell. And I'm trying to hurry because I really don't want this to be another long video. So I'm just blending that really, really good. Back and forth. Okay. And I'm going to use this highlighter that's in this palette. If any of you guys know me, you know that I love my highlighter. So when I put this on the other side, you can kind of tell. You'll probably be able to tell later in the pictures, but when I put this on the other side, it was nice, but it wasn't like bam, disco ball in your face highlight. So I'm gonna take, this is the Laura Geller in Gilded Honey. This to me is almost a dupe for Champagne Pop by Becca, but this one is not as finely milled as Champagne Pop, but it is so gorgeous. Oh, it's so gorgeous. And it's probably like maybe 2 shades darker, maybe, than Champagne Pop. So I'm going to take that. Yeah, you can kind of see it a little bit more. I'm going to take that and place it there and right up above here. And then I'm going to put it on this side. I just wanted to give you guys like a glimpse of what the highlighter out of the other palette looked like. I'm also going to bring this down my nose. Oh yeah, you can see it right there. And more, just because I love highlighter, so. Alright. And I'm going to do my brows, my lips, and we'll be done. So for my brows, I tried using my It Cosmetics brow pencil, and I just was not feeling it today. So I'm going to use the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade. This one is in the shade Dark Brown. I literally love this stuff. I just got it to where my brows don't look like 2 blocks on my face using this stuff, because a little bit of this goes a long, long way. So I'm just dipping this in just the tiniest little bit. Make sure you get the excess off, because once again, you want to have control of your product. So when I do my brows, you can kind of see like they have a decent shape to them, but I never can get this tail end right, so I always pluck them down to their like nothing. But I like it better because it makes it easier for me to shape them. So this is out of that same set from Coastal Scents, and that's what I use to do my brows. So And when I do them, I just want to do the bottom line very gently. And yes, it looks crazy right now, so hopefully you can somewhat see what I'm doing. And honestly, with makeup, it's all about having fun. There's no rules, so if you mess up, you can just wipe it off. So don't get frustrated. And I just grabbed a tiny bit more of that product just because I just like to layer it on instead of just packing it on, or just, packing on is not really good wording, but you don't want to place too much of this product at one time because it's really hard to get it off. And then I just lightly did the top line just like that. And me personally, I like for my brows to be darker on the outside and lighter on the inside. I think it looks more natural, like you can kind of tell on this side. I just think it looks way more natural like that. So without taking any more product on your brush, just take it and stroke upwards. So you're just lightly filling it in after you've got your lines placed. And just stroke it upwards. Just like that. And I think that's good, right? This one is slightly longer, so I'm just gonna take and create this tail just a little bit longer. Alright, that's better. And most of the time I don't even put any kind of brow gel or anything on. Sometimes I use Anastasia brow gel, but that stuff is like glue for your eyebrows. Like, they do not budge. I'm going to take the Benefit Roller Lash. I still have some of the Maybelline Lash Sensational mascara on my eyelashes from yesterday when I did my video. And that stuff is super, super hard to get off. So my eyelashes are not how I want them to look, because this mascara is actually pretty good. Like, it's not very volumizing, but it's very lengthening. And it holds a curl super, super well.
Puppy.
Okay, baby. I always use a lip pencil just because that's what I do. This is Jordana Easy Liner for Lips in Rock and Rose. It's like a brownie nude color. It's probably like a shade or two darker than my natural lip color. So I'm just going to line my lips really quick. and kind of fill them in just a little bit. Yeah, you can't even really tell that I lined them, but I did. All right. Then I'm going to take this Milani. Maybe you can kind of tell. It's just a Milani lipstick. This is in shade Cherry Crave. And I haven't wore this yet. I normally don't even wear lipstick because I hate smudges, transfer. I can't kiss my babies. But just for the sake of this video, with the smoky lip or the smoky eye, I'm going to use it. And it's very pigmented. It kind of comes off pink in the camera, but it's not. It's like a berry red. Trying to see if you guys can somewhat see it. Okay, and the last thing that I'm going to use is this e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set with aloe, green tea, cucumber, and vitamins in it. This is a first impression for this one also. I got sent this one. I sprayed it on the other side of my face earlier, and you really want to make sure you're kind of like far away. A lot comes out at one time, so. Alright, well, this completes that look. Hopefully you guys can somewhat see what I did, how I did it, what I used. And don't mind the hair, because if I'm still up, I'm going to do a hair tutorial. So. Alright, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in my next video.